Anti-intellectualism isn't just people not knowing things or people being uneducated. Anti-intellectualism is also hostility towards people who seek knowledge or ask questions, especially when the questions that you're asking in that specific context goes against the agreed consensus. So sometime last year, I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across this post that was made by this woman, and she was talking about how it has been proven that women who engage in choking during sex have been proven to sustain brain damage. Now, from my little knowledge of physiology and the human anatomy, for you to sustain brain damage, that means that your brain must have been deprived of oxygen for a reasonable amount of time. And for you to choke somebody to the point that their brain becomes deprived of oxygen, you're not choking them for pleasure. That means you actually do want to hurt them. So for me, it didn't really make sense, because if you are anywhere around the BDSM community, safety is very important. Safety is very important. Personal responsibility is very important. So it didn't really make sense to me. So I went to the comment section. I said, you know what, I'm not sure about this. Could you give me a link to the study so I can read for myself? And immediately I left that comment. It didn't even take up to 2 minutes. Somebody commented, I see that you're one of the people who have brain damage. I ended up going back and forth with the person, and this person's point of view was that it's common sense. If you choke somebody, that person is going to sustain brain damage. And I said, I disagree. That does not make any bit of sense to me. And if you want it to make sense to me, like, send me a study so that I can read the study and understand, because I am an educated person, not extremely educated, but my BSc is not for fancy. I understand to an extent how the human body works. Shout out to 4 years of biochemistry. So if you're going to tell me something, it needs to make sense to me. After a long back and forth with the person, they ended up giving me a link to the study. And just as I suspected, when I went to read the study reported that the tests that they took were inconclusive. So they did do a whole study on women who were choked during sex and women who were not choked during sex. And at the end of it, the study reported that there was no sign of brain damage, just as I knew it would. So the original post was inaccurate, and I was immediately villainized for asking questions. This is the type of anti-intellectualism that is running rampant, and the type of anti-intellectualism that needs to be handled